we have their story because we asked them like 100 questions on the forum.
How the heck did you find us? We're good?
Did you crash into anybody on your drive?
I almost did.
Would you tell us if you did?
Yes, I would. I would have told you guys, hey, I'm not coming in. I'm too traumatized.
Oh, you traumatized. This guy in his vocal warm-ups now.
Bro, I don't know what the heck's wrong with my voice. It's been like 3 weeks.
He's been talking too much.
Been talking too much.
The acupuncture is letting me find my lower voice, my lower octave. Did you know that?
Your acupuncture is helping you hit puberty, is what I'm hearing. It's helping you complete.
No, she said I was a late bloomer. I think it's, I don't know. That's,
Hey, I think her in the worship español,
Got hacked?
no, reply rush isn't working.
maybe because we had a white dude come up with the words for everybody to comment.
No, because they commented him in, but they didn't get anything.
I just checked that today. I'll look at it. It was connected like earlier today when I was looking at it.
Do you have it responding to people? Like, maybe sent it to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Did you comment the word exactly?
They had the little asterisk.
The accent?
Yeah.
That might have been the issue.
Maybe put both versions with and
On
without the
IG?
accent.
Yeah.
You might need to put both with and without.
I never thought there was going to be an issue, though, because Lenny gets so many people that spell things completely wrong.
Could it be because I only have the all caps version of it?
It shouldn't be. But
That's what I thought.
we could, because Lenny says, well, everybody's been doing everything.
Do I have the wrong accent? I'm going to text it to you.
You don't really sound like you have an accent, though.
Yeah, the one that's up and to the right.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm using.
That's a teal day, yes?
Wow, I'm actually really buzzing now.
I'm full of surprises.
I don't know what their issue is. I think it's a them issue.
Maybe we do the work next time, but it shouldn't be an issue.
Is it a teal day or is it a tequila?
It seems like it's a them problem, not a me problem.
Well, it's kind of in us. That's a problem. Mr. Pridgeon in the house. How you doing? Dude, I had this wild thing happen to me, Trace. Would you like to hear it? God seems to have gifted me this neat new little pocket knife. And so I did my laundry, and all of a sudden I cleared out all my the washing machine, and I found it. And I was like, this is so cool. It fits right in my jean pocket right there, and I can clip it on, and it's just, dude.
Did you not see the sign, Trace? No weaponry of any kind belongs in this studio.
And I don't know if you agreed to the terms and conditions of wearing my pants, but whatever they're returned with in their
no contact
in their
with it.
pockets, I become the owner of.
For anybody.
Yeah, I should have. I was hoping more people would be on.
We can bring that up later.
Well, oh, I will. Yep, you gotta come get this yourself. And to the rest of you, stay out of my pants.
There's no context whatsoever. That's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. So I just clip it in my pocket. You never know when you need a knife. It's nice to have, huh? Dude, always. I just feel like I'm prepared for anything. I should go find some of my other knives. How many knives are necessary for you to have in your pockets at all time? Because is one enough? Or do I also need a backup pocket knife in my other pocket? One? Oh, the one that I own now? My knife? You like my knife? Okay. Thanks. Thanks, man. Yeah. Was it? How expensive
Dang.
was this knife? Actually?
Why?
Joey,
Bro, let's flip it.
does it shoot out?
Yeah, let's see.
That's ad money right there.
All right, network, we have a brand new knife going for $75.
Gonna get our channel banned.
Look at that thing. 200 is wild.
Wow, look at the weight distribution. You cut something?
Dude, it's crazy slim. Yeah. Dude, this was the best gift you probably could have given me. And the fact that you didn't, like, you kept it a secret for me to find and discover on my own made it, like, such a better gift. Dude.
I think we might be 2 for 2 on guests bringing gifts. The first one was Jared Humphers. He brought a little sound panel, and then Trace now
Gifted
a
me my
$200
knife.
pocket knife. So
But your way of gifting was so clever and so natural. Oh, I wore shorts. Can I borrow your pants? You know, and then you just leave it in my pants. Perfect.
it's funny because you offered. I don't think he asked. You offered.
I'm just gonna start offering my clothing
Maybe
for
people
people
just
to wear
leave
so they
expensive items. on your-
forget their stuff and I get to keep it. Trace, you need a sweatshirt? No, I have one. You need shoes? No. No. Yeah.
What's the material? Okay.
From outer space.
Is it a thick boy? What's Okay.
Wait, let me see if they're in my pockets.
You might have some.
Oh, wrong jeans. Okay, I'll have to check all my other pockets. I just have a handful of picks. Yes! The guest that keeps on giving, Trace. Yep. There's a $300 little hangout session in our favor.
Yeah.
If
Well-
you guys are unsure of what's happening, we invited Trace to the network call in person last week because he drove in and he left me a gift in the pair of pants I let him borrow.
It's like the weirdest.
Found it in the wash. A $200 pocket knife. Nobody's ever going to come live for the podcast ever again.
There's gonna be stories,
Yeah.
scandal stories of us later on down the road. And it's like, man, that Jason guy, he makes everybody wear his pants every time they show up to this.
And he never gives anything back. He stole all my pocket change. I'm going to turn it all into a necklace and just wear it everywhere on these calls. So everybody, yep. That's my chapstick. Sorry, dude, it's on the necklace. It's mine. All right, we got Mr. Knight in the house. Welcome, sir. We got Ryan David. Welcome, welcome. Amy, welcome. We're just hanging, seeing who's going to join in the next couple minutes.
If not, we'll end the call early.
Right now.
Right now.
Anybody want ice cream? Okay. I took Trace to our. Oh yeah, you weren't there. You were there. How would you rate the ice
Were
cream?
you about to say our local ice cream shop?
Our local
Andy's ice cream
shop. Yep.
Andy's
Is that
custard?
a franchise?
Yes.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
I never seen it anywhere else.
The dude's from Atlanta. Atlanta has everything. They literally have everything.
You know, with your water bottle just sitting there, it looks like we just did very, very.
Zero.
We just added a ton of 0 decimals to make it look like we got 100 million streams. It's
Just cover
just
it up.
the most unsuccessful project you've ever seen. Yeah. Yeah, zeros across the board. Ryan, is this your first call? Or were you on one of the
No,
other
he
ones?
was
A
on 'em.
couple weeks ago, were you on one of those too?
He was on another call.
There you go. Try again. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I got you. What where you working? What are you doing? Cool. Okay, cool. Teach him about the music industry.
Streaming.
Spotify strategies. Yeah. Cool. Oh, dope. Yeah, that is cool, dude. Okay.
Sweet.
Well, it's good to see you again. We got Annie in the house. We
Angelina.
got Jolene. How's it going, Angelina? Oh, that's finally happening. Colorado Springs. That's very exciting. Are you practiced up and ready? You could just do what we would do with. Do you remember that women's retreat? Where
Oh, I remember. I'll never forget it.
Oh, we did this thing, Annie, where we were as Mass Anthem performing for like a weekend women's retreat. So
We
it's
were
just
leading
like
worship.
500
Yep.
women, and we're the only men in the whole thing. And
But it was your church.
it was my church, and all the men were at the church still, but we were. It was weird, but
They wanted the boy band
yeah.
to lead.
And then we were doing the worship songs, and some of them were requested, and one of the songs was like the theme. And our lead singer at the time, Chad,
He didn't practice.
didn't practice at all, but we had a tiny little iPad with the with
He
the
had
lyrics.
he had the little merch iPad mini, and he's like, "It'll be great. I'll put it on the floor. I'll look at the lyrics." But the iPad mini is like this big, so he couldn't see any of the lyrics. And
couldn't
he's
see it all.
you could clearly tell he was looking at the floor, and he was like squinting really hard. And then he finally like decided that he really couldn't read the words, and then he like bent down and tried to do the thing to like zoom in, and then he knocked the iPad over. So everybody, he's like bent over on the stage, like trying to do
Then he
this.
just picked the thing up, put it on the table next to him, and like leaned over on the table and sang to the table. Whether they cared or not,
I don't think
know.
anybody cared about the song after that.
I
They
was
were
like-
just laughing at him.
Like what, bro? You just had to sing through the songs twice. You just had to memorize. Yeah,
Don't do that.
the little pincher.
Yeah, he tried to pinch it, and then the thing fell over.
Good times. it's just pure silence for the crowd. And Annie's like dancing her heart out. Don't do actually I dare you to do that this weekend in Cool Springs.
Colorado Springs.
Cool Springs, color. Oh yeah.
Nope.
Mm-mm. I think everybody. Yeah. Well, actually. Oh, are you trying to say you might share your screen right now, to walk?
It
Oh.
should. It should from your end, yeah.
Well, we're gonna try it.
Try it out.
Okay, while you do that, got a few more people jumping in. Jacob Hall, what is good,
Make
sir?
sure you allow that audio.
Timmy Sheldon, welcome, welcome, welcome.
You might have to give him permission, Gio. If you click
So
on
what
his,
Trace likes to do is he just has somebody stand in
you
the
click
front,
on his face,
right in front of the stage with those big white sheets of
allow
paper,
screen sharing.
and they just. Oh, okay. Slightly. Do it again. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that.
Well, yeah, it's coming through your mic or whatever, but yeah.
Wait. So you're hearing the lyrics the whole song?
Wait, does the whole band hear that? Okay.
Dude, I've literally never heard of a lead singer doing that. That doesn't mess with your mind at all. Dude, that's so is it it's just a little bit ahead for the next one coming up? Dang. Annie, if that doesn't work, you can still use my strategy of the big white sheets of paper for somebody in the front.
Oh, I thought you were
front
going to
row
say like the marker.
or
Write
you,
it on our
you
arm.
can write it on you, or a Mac, a little iPad mini, or just an iPhone. Oh, now they're in your head
Forever.
forever. Well, gang, let's quick do the intro because we got a few people hopping on. Looks like we got enough. Shout out Taylor, welcome. I believe this is your first call with us as well. Glad you could make it. Adlith, welcome. Yeah, we got it. We got a crew. Welcome everybody to the Tuesday night Q&A call, a time where we all hang out, ask
Gather
questions,
together.
answer questions, gather together. They're going to say like break bread.
Break.
We don't really have any
We don't have any
bread.
bread.
We need to work on our snack game for these.
Do shots.
Yeah, okay. That's
You mean juice
juice
shots?
shots. Maybe. I make these ginger pineapple juice shots where I just put way too much ginger in them, so they're like atrociously strong. And then I make everybody drink one before we start. So it's great. Guys, so the Q&A, here's how it typically works. You will see a chat open on the video call. Throughout the call, feel free to drop questions in here, interact as we go. If we are on a subject and answering a question for someone else and something pops into your head and you have a question you don't want to interrupt, drop it in the chat. And then we'll do our best to circle back to those questions throughout the night. Typically, we hang out for anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, so we try to get through everything. Reminder, if you are on vertical right now, looking at us vertically, the look of it may look kind of strange. You might just see this middle part of the banner and like our knees. If you're on desktop, you'll see the full backdrop with me and Joey. It's a little bit easier. Not the end of the world, but that'll help you out a little bit. You have any updates?
Nope, no updates.
Cool. Okay. I do have one update for us that I'm curious. We might as well start with that, the Spotify update.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
The
It's a good
reaction?
one. So yesterday, it was either yesterday or today, guys, I posted a video in the network talking about the latest Spotify update. And guys, it's actually really big. This is an update that is pushing back against all the AI music that is being released and finding a way to slowly rein all of that back and basically stop incentivizing all of this AI music being just
Slop.
spammed on Spotify and streaming platforms. So this is a huge win, and I wanted to watch it. It's like an 8-minute video. I might speed it up here. Let's see if the audio is going to come through now that I have the Bluetooth linked up.
Spotify just rolled out
Your
a
Bluetooth is
brand new
not linked up
Nope. I thought I had it linked up.
through your computer.
No, it says right here that I'm connected to the Rode. Oh, here we go. Let me try. Okay, try this.
update for how they're going to be treating AI generated.
Can everybody hear that coming through? Yes? Thumbs up? Fantastic. Okay. So,
Can you check the settings, make sure there's no noise suppression? I don't think there is, but
guys, that's so exciting. We've been trying to figure this
yeah,
out.
turn
for a
on
long
hi-fi.
time.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Okay, here we go.
Spotify just rolled out a brand new update for how they're going to be treating
Oh, it's delaying. Here we go.
AI generated music on the platform, and I'm just going to jump straight into it. So they're rolling out this new thing called AI personas, where starting today, they're going to allow artists inside of Spotify artists to decide and manually claim if they are an AI persona or not. So you can go in and you can manually say that the project is an AI persona. But they're not only relying on manual disclosure, they're also going to be automatically tagging AI generated artists. So if you upload AI generated music to the platform, they're going to just manually tag you, or rather automatically tag you and label you as an AI persona. And as you might be worried about, if you're a human artist and not an AI artist, if you are false flagged, they do have an appeal system to dispute the process. So this was one big worry about them just flagging anything they think is AI generated in the first place, is that there's not going to be any customer support or appeals process, but they did actually put an appeals process in this. And this is what it looks like. So it's not live yet. I have like a pre-rollout thing that I'm filming ahead of time, but this is what it's going to look like in the app. So there's going to be run thing right in under the name of the artist as the AI persona. When you search for the artist name in the search field, it's going to say AI persona next to the name. When you see the song, it says AI persona. When you scroll down into the credit system, it says AI persona. When you look at the artist badges, it says AI persona. So basically, like everywhere you look in the app, with the exception of like this little tiny player down here, it's labeled as AI persona. So essentially everywhere across the app, you'll be able to see if a song, or rather an artist that has a song, is an AI persona or not. And that's only part of the change. This is the change, but the biggest part of this.
So that right there, guys, in and of itself, we'll keep getting to a few of the other updates, but that is huge. That is huge. So basically, what he is saying is, if Spotify thinks you're uploading AI music, it's going to start to tag the songs as AI persona. And if enough of the music is uploaded under the profile, looks like that, and the whole profile gives that vibe, it's now going to automatically tag the profile saying AI persona to help separate human artists from AR artists. That's huge. And if you saw my post a couple weeks ago, you saw that Spotify rolled out verified artists now, which is basically a way to slowly start to get verified and to prove that you are human to your audience and to your fans and everything. And it is interesting because I don't even think I told you about this. It's beta. It's still early in the process. So, for example, Mass Anthem is verified. Geo, you're verified. Diana, I think Diana is verified. Anthem Worship was verified. Then the verification disappeared. And then Eleni was verified, but now her verification disappeared. So I think it's like this kind of game of, I'm thinking they'll come back, but
It's because she's AI, right?
Eleni is AI, guys. That's why she hasn't been on the call in 3 weeks, because she
ran out of tokens.
She fully transitioned into her AI character. Yes, she ran out of tokens. We tokenized Eleni. So, so when we talk about this idea of leaning into your humanness in your music, in everything you do, this is why, guys. So leaning into your humanity when it comes to social media is how Spotify is going and figuring out if they should verify you as a human. So before we were thinking, oh yeah, like, man, AI is awesome. Let's start using AI for content. That's actually not the move, guys. If you want to be verified and officially human on these streaming platforms like Spotify, and typically Spotify is ahead of the game. So typically the moves that they make early are the things that Apple and Amazon and YouTube tend to catch up on later. So I would assume that this same thing is going to slowly start to become a trend across the streaming platforms. Spotify is just the first one doing it. So there you have it, guys. When it comes to content, this is just another great reason to be putting out human content, that pretty face of yours, facing the fears, being seen, being heard as yourself. This is a benefit. So with that said, let's keep going. There's another wild benefit here, guys. This is arguably the most important part. Oh.
Is that if you're labeled as an AI persona, you are now ineligible from editorial playlists, and you're also ineligible from algorithmic playlists.
That is a really, really, really big deal. Okay, so now if you are labeled as an AI persona or a song is labeled as AI in Spotify, you are no longer going to qualify for Spotify editorials, which, whatever, you weren't going to land them anyways with that. But Spotify algorithmic playlists, which is essentially the benefit of what Spotify is. So we'll keep going. Do you have to click a button to, or is it just behind?
Which this one, if you're not gasping, you don't understand what I just said, because this has been the largest problem with AI music on Spotify in particular. Spotify is known for having this great algorithm that can push your music out and multiply it much further than your advertising can possibly do alone. So what happens is you market your music, you trigger the algorithm, and your song gets pushed out way further than it was from that alone. But AI-generated artists have been able to do this at scale and have dozens or hundreds of artists and spend money on all of them and get them all going in the algorithm. And a lot of users have been complaining that their radio algorithmic listeners in the Discover Weekly, in some cases even mostly AI-generated music. So essentially all of that music, if it's flagged as an AI persona, it is ineligible for any algorithmic coverage on the platform, which solves multiple problems. One, it solves users getting AI-generated music that they don't want. Two, it solves that music siphoning money away from the royalty pool. Three, it solves independent artists not getting pushed out algorithmically because they're getting pushed out by AI personas who are getting into the algorithmic playlist.
Okay, so let's quick break that down. This is a big deal. So for those of you that aren't aware, Spotify pays artists via a royalty pool system. How many of you are aware of that or have heard of that? Drop it in the comments. How many, yes or no? How many of you are aware of this whole Spotify royalty pool payout system? We got a yes, a yes, a yes, a yes. Adlith, I don't know nothing. Perfect, good. Ashley, no. Ryan, no, not exactly. Yee. Amy, no. By the way, this is also covered in the Spotify Mastery course in the course curriculum, the classroom section. Okay, so here's how it works. Any probs not. Okay. All of the streaming revenue, so Spotify paying out, let's say on average, 0.0035 cents per stream. And you've got millions of artists across the world generating all these streams, right? It's making all this money. You would think, how many of you would think that it would make sense that, oh, well, if somebody's like subscribed to me or like listening to me, maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe that's how the money goes to me. It's like because they're listening to me the most as opposed to other people. No, it's not it. It is actually based on royalty share, market share. So all that money goes into this big pool. Out of the pool, Spotify takes 30%. That is their payment for operating as a company. The remaining 70% of the royalties that are combined are paid out by an artist's market share, meaning their size. So what this means is bigger artists actually get paid more, less, large artists get paid less. You're basically paid out your split. The problem with this, guys, is we're all doing great. We're figuring out how the algorithms work. We're teaching you how to grow playlists and trigger the algorithms and do all this stuff. Awesome. Yay. Except we're human artists. So we can only produce and release so much music, right? Because it's like, every song costs money, costs time, costs effort, costs energy. We have to get a team together. We have to take the time to make the thing better and take the experience that we're working on and put it into words that people can relate to. Well, then Suno comes in and lets people create hundreds of songs a day for essentially $0 and release them. And then streaming platforms are starting to release these things. And then the people uploading the music are starting to realize, I can start to grow playlists to trigger the algorithms. And then the algorithms are going to start to push this music. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, that's eating away at that 70% of the royalty pool that should be going back to real artists. And now fake artists are getting that. So what he just said here is, guys, this is huge. The algorithm playlists, right? The ones that take a song that looks like it has traction and starts to find other people to listen to it, and they're like, this is what Spotify is known for. This is a big benefit of what can happen with that. Our projects, we've showed you guys a lot of this stuff. You can do really well. They're taking that away from AI music now. And what this is essentially doing is lessening the incentive for people to even go through the time of making the music, uploading the music, because now they're not even going to get the algorithm benefits. Any questions on that? Does that make sense for everybody? Cool. Okay. We are going to let him finish this out.
That also makes it harder to kind of mass game the system, which is huge. Now, there is some nuance to this. This is in the public article that should be accompanying this today. The actual website's not out yet when I'm filming this, but I will link to it down below if you want to read a full press release. But it is a little bit more nuanced than this. So they say, although it's a broad spectrum now artists use AI as a creative tool, the question of whether a profile represents an actual human is one where Spotify can help make a clear determination. The badge is about an artist's public identity, not about how the music was made. And so what that means is if you are a human that is using AI as part of your process, right? You have these old songs that you're running through Suno, and you wrote the song, you did this, and you're uploading it under your own name, or you're just writing lyrics and prompting songs and uploading on your own name. That's the actual issue Spotify has, is the problem of someone flooding the market with dozens of random artists with fake pictures, whatever. So if you're releasing music under your own name and you're not just flooding it, then they don't have a problem with you, it seems, because the issue is actually about that, which is the vast majority of the problem, right? I'm sure some people are still gonna be mad and say that they're mad that AI music's allowed on the platform at all, but this solves the problem. This means that if you're a creative person who has some unique workflow with AI, or even if you're not creative and you're just doing it for fun, you can still exist on the platform. It's just you're gonna be throttled in all these weird ways, but it still allows you to do the thing. So if your only objective was to do this for money, you kind of can't anymore. You can only do it if you're actually in it for the right reasons, which to me is more than good enough. Now, the news is actually even worse if you're an AI artist. Essentially, Suno has also come in and produced all these little ways to kind of throttle AI music. One, recently they announced some watermarking, so they're going to be watermarking every song that's created, so that's easier for platforms to identify what's AI and what's not. But also they announced that they're going to be throttling the amount of downloads you can have. And I didn't think it was going to be this severe. I thought it might be, you can generate 2,000 songs a month, maybe you can download 500 or 1,000 a month or something. Something where you can have way more than you need, but it's still a lot. And it's not. It's actually super limiting. For example, starting September 3rd, if you have the Pro plan, which is the most common one, people pay $20 a month, you can download 20 songs per month. So essentially it's $1 per song to download. which also really solves the problem of if your only game in this was to download hundreds of songs and distribute them every month, you can't do that anymore. The only way you could do that is if you created dozens or hundreds of different Suno accounts all paying that amount of money per month, which means you're going to be paying $1 per song download, which kind of makes the whole thing, like, at least if the aim is to upload this on Spotify and get the algorithm triggered, it kills that whole model. So if you're a human artist like me, you are probably absolutely thrilled. In my opinion, this allows all the people who actually were just having fun or found some unique creative AI workflow to make music to still exist and to still even monetize their music and to have it on all these platforms and market it, while leveling the playing field for us human artists who can't make 1,000 songs a month, right? Like I need like weeks at least to work on a single song, whereas an AI artist can crank out 100 in a day. No problem. So now it's just like even 20 songs a month for downloading on Suno is plenty of music for someone to download and release, right? That's more music than any human artist would ever be able to release. But it still levels the playing field in such a significant way that overall, like, massive win for Spotify. And also big, I mean, I'm sure Suno is going to take a huge hit from this, but at least it makes it give the impression like, okay, they're watermarking their tracks, they're starting to play fair with some major labels they've made deals with, and they're severely throttling the download. So like they're playing ball now. They still have a huge amount of runway to go in terms of like actually paying artists and getting permission for training their music. But this is a big step in the right direction. So hopefully this just continues, because in my opinion, if any of these AI platforms want to exist and not go the way of LimeWire, then they need to find a way to make artists happy. And this, well, no one's happy with Suno. I think most artists can be happy that this is a step in the right direction for them. So anyways, if you're a human artist and you want to see how you can promote your music here, or if you're an AI artist that's still releasing music despite...
There you have it. So, again, the summary of this, guys, is basically if songs are obviously AI... Yeah. That was Andrew Southworth. Yep. It's just is Andrew on this call right now? Is he here? Nope, not on this one. Not yet, anyways. Someday we'll bring him on or something. That was basically just a video that he posted a few days ago about the latest Spotify AI update. But again, here's the summary. Spotify is now going to flag if songs are AI. If an artist is AI, it's going to tag them as an AI persona, and it's not going to allow them Spotify editorial support or algorithmic support, which is huge. Will this eliminate all of the AI music? Probably not, but it should definitely slow the process down, especially with Suno ramping down the amount of songs you can create on their plans. It should help to slowly disincentivize everybody.
Do you know when this releases? When this update launches?
Well, he was saying September, right? September 3rd?
Definitely check your guys' algorithmic. See what happens. Because our algorithmic went down over time across all of our brands.
I think we're going to see a bump up again.
And yeah, because at the end of the day, when stuff starts getting flagged as AI, the AI artists, fully AI artists, start getting removed from the editorials, from algorithmic playlists.
They were never probably on the editorials if they're not like the sleep instrumental editorials, but algorithmic is
I'm
the
saying
big deal.
Algorithmic. Check
Yeah.
your guys' algorithmic. See if you guys get a boost over the next couple months.
You might start to see your algorithm support go back up because less and less AI music is going to get that support again.
Because, like, think about it for Christian music. There is a limited number of people on Spotify that listen to Christian music. We don't know what that number is. What's the user base on Spotify right now? Like 70?
It's like 700 million.
700 million?
Yeah, it's crazy. 750.
There's definitely Christian AI artists out there.
Oh, it's crazy.
We know because they pitch us their music for playlists.
And they're still, guys, they're still going to, like, these artists are still succeeding artists, AI artists. They're still succeeding on other platforms as well. Like YouTube is another easy one to market to and grow and all of that stuff. So it's like, is it going to go away permanently? Maybe not, but this is at least a step in the right direction finally. Now, if you use Suno at all for any piece of your production, whatever strategy, your production process, just keep this in mind. So like what they're basically saying is Suno's going to start watermarking songs. So like if you just go and upload or download that song and upload it, it has that watermark attached, and other AI can figure that out. Now, is it the end of the world to still use a like a Suno to get an idea for a direction to go with the song? No, that's a great move in my opinion. It's still great to write to it and get the idea of a song, but then just like, okay, you got the idea, you got the vision, what you want to do. Now go recreate that thing yourself. and put in the time and the effort to produce that and give your producer some ideas and like stuff like that. But this whole download, upload thing, that's not going to get you anywhere anymore. Did you say you need to apply to be verified, or is it something else? Okay, so let me, you can hold 1 second. I got to pull this up. Okay, actually, I think I'm good. Cool. Okay, so this is us on Spotify right now. As you can see, we're actually not verified right now. Weird. You would think with this amount of stuff that we're doing, the fact that all of our music is clearly human and that we have links to everything that we're doing, and like we're doing our best to be very obviously human. It's a little trickier sometimes when you're a collective, like you're a worship collective. But if we go to Mass Anthem, for example, Mass Anthem is currently verified. And on mobile, you'll see when you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see more besides this. It kind of gives you a breakdown of like, oh, we went and verified this and this and this about this artist. You'll also see, for example, like Geo, you are verified right now. Congratulations. Eleni was the first one verified, but now she's not verified. So we're trying to figure out like what the reason is for that. Like what metrics do you have to hit? Because she's also super active on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So we're just trying to figure that out. Now, right now, to answer your question, Jacob, it's in beta right now, which means you technically can't request it. You may be able to work with your distributors if you have some connections there to see if you can influence it. I would assume, though, in the not too distant future, they will have a way, if, you know, once they go through everything and they decide who's verified, not verified, I would assume there has to be some certain way to contest it or get approved and basically ask Spotify's team for that. So there you have it. That was the first big thing. Ryan said, I got 90 monthly listeners. Y'all smoking me. Hey, welcome to the group, dude. This is what we teach on. This is why we're here. That million monthly did not come quickly. We will just say that.
I want to stir the pot a little bit.
10 years in the making. What pot? What
I want
pot
to
are you stirring?
stir the pot a little bit. But do you guys think that AI can write Christian music?
Can write Christian music?
Write lyrics.
Yep. Yep. Hmm.
It's totally open-ended.
Okay, let's see the comments here. Timmy says no. Horrid theology. Adlith, yes, but should it? Different question. Yeah. Ryan, AI doesn't have the spirit of God, so that's a downfall, but I think God can use anything to reach someone, even AI, but I don't like it. Suno is great for conceptualizing voice memos after writes to come up with ideas for production. I very much agree with that. Jacob Paul, Dizzy Disciple, did a great video on this called AI Has a Christian Music Problem. So that's where the group's at right now. Continue your thought.
It's totally open ended. If the rocks try, can AI? Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about it. If you copied out,
The Rocks aren't taking from 70% of the royalty pool, though, Ashley.
if you copied out the entire text of the Bible, and you ran it through AI, could read the whole thing,
Which it could
And
do.
it-
It absolutely
and
could
it
do that.
only pulled truths straight from Scripture. I don't know. I've never
Finish
done
the
it.
question. Then what?
Then is it acceptable
Is that acceptable to release?
to release or write? Yeah, finish.
Morally, spiritually, like
I'm
what,
leaving it
what's
open-ended.
Okay, it's open-ended.
It's open ended. This is a discussion topic.
Do you guys believe that it is acceptable to release that? Or, okay, let's say this, because this might not be a discussion of absolutes,
It's
yes or no.
Definitely not. This is
It's all gray area. Is there a way for you to use that, rework what it came up with, and rework it and rewrite it a bit, and then, even if you're using Suno to create the demo to get the ideas and then go to your producers, or you reproduce it and rework it into your thing? Is that acceptable? Or is that not acceptable? Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good share.
yeah. That's why I ask it. There are extremes to everything, but there's a giant gray area too.
There's a few more comments in here. Annie, as I write more music in the future, I want to promise myself to not use AI, not even Suno for sound inspiration. I have golden playlists for that. Soul in the Christian music written by AI. I 100% agree, dude. I've said that from the beginning. When I hear a song, I'm like, dude, I can tell there's no soul in this. It's not a logical thing. I just feel it. I just feel like there's an emptiness in it. Yeah, it's a real thing. Medi, it's a tool. I think it's okay to use it as a tool. Yep, Jacob, I agree with that. When it's used as a tool, it's good. But when it's used to skip around and let AI make all of it, that can be a problem. Facts, agree. Didn't Randy Travis release an AI song with his own voice because he can't sing anymore? That was kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard
knew
that. Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty wild. Interesting. Who was that Christian music singer from the early like 2000s that lost his voice and he had to quit? He lives in West Haven area. I ran into him. He writes for a lot of other guys. I think he was with Audio. Yes. What's his name?
Wasn't he? You weren't you talking to him about like writing some songs or something?
Yeah. He was meeting with Caleb that
was
day.
Ian? What is his name?
Yeah, he was meeting with Caleb that day that we were at that restaurant walking in with JR when we were walking to our meeting. He was there. So he writes for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And this is a crazy example of like a use case that's like, oh, wow, that would be pretty cool to be able to train a model on his voice. Yeah, it's Mark Stewart. Yep. Like that could be a use case where it's like, whoa, you could still release music with your voice trained on like old models. That could be cool. Alex, I liked your question here, or your comment. Let's stir the pot a bit. There are so many tools in the music industry. Why get mad about this one? Yeah. You weren't on when we were doing this. We watched an 8-minute video from Andrew Southworth updating. Yeah, no, he's great. And he had an update. Did you see the latest updates about AI that Spotify is rolling out? Okay. So I'll summarize it for you because it's what led to this conversation. Basically, they are now flagging any AI music or AI artists, and they're labeling them as an AI persona, and they're no longer qualified for any Spotify editorial support or algorithmic playlist support. Yes. Because they are so many, like millions and millions of songs are being uploaded, they're pulling from the artist royalty pool so much that it's impacting all the real people. Exactly. The pool, guys, the pool is just getting more and more full of like it's not getting bigger with money, but more and more hands are reaching into it because of AI music, and that's hurting all the real artists. So in this scenario, when you're like, why get mad about this tool? This is why I would get mad about this tool, because it's actually harming real music and disincentivizing people to like invest into talent and making the skills and the artistry and like taking time to turn a story into something that can help other people when, you know, somebody can type on a keyboard and make 100 songs in a day and upload them and then have them hit the algorithm and get the same benefit. So we're just trying to figure out, you know, what is, Joey was kind of stirring the pot as well with a question of what is the acceptable amount of AI? What is the acceptable of AI involvement in Christian music as a tool, even when it comes to like, what is an acceptable amount for help with lyrics or help with the production process as a whole, or elements of the production process, or elements of both? And is there an answer? We don't know. I thought you said dogs for a second, and I was like, this is getting out of, okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm thinking how many Christian music songs are out there? How many A-list songs are out there? B-list worship songs, and if you copied the entire Bible word for word and ran it through AI, are you saying it can't come up with another version of a Christian song that's theologically acceptable? There's nothing new about the truths that we know. It's all there.
Let me stir the pot again. So one reason that people will get upset with this whole concept of Suno is that it's pulling from other works that already exist. So like it's training itself off of somebody else's work. But then it also gets you thinking, you're like, well, in this point in my life, how many other songs have I consumed by other people that I'm pulling from? You know? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because if you think of like any kid that you raise, the kid is trained off of what you're programming the kid and training the kid off of, and they're gonna look like you if you're the one training them.
I like what Atlas said. She said, like how we use, it scrolled, like how we use beeps and boops instead of a spirit-filled session musician. Yeah.
Yeah. And I prefer it because it's easier to edit and quantize. But it does make you think. It's like, well, my mind is trained off of a lot of secular music, a lot of country music, a lot of Christian music. Am I technically pulling from all of them when I sit down and write? In a way, it's just that on steroids because this software has access to everything that's ever been created and uploaded in real time. And now you're like, well, that's pretty extreme. Couple more comments. Yeah, Jacob, I don't know what an acceptable amount would be. I just saw an upcoming biblical movie with AI used for the visions Daniel interpreted in the Bible. Still not sure how to feel. I have a feeling though that like, man, some of the movie production industry, I wouldn't be shocked if they've been using AI longer than what we've been told for a lot of.
I know what you're
the
talking
stuff that
about,
they're
Jacob.
doing.
They were shorts that I saw of like AI depictions of angels.
Yes, I saw it too. Is that what you're talking about? Daniel's angel, like the angels that he would describe.
With the
I was
spinning wheels and the eyes and all that,
I was
and
like,
the wings.
it was really impressive though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The VeggieTales version? Ah, bummer. Okay.
Okay.
Annie might be there for all we know because she's plugged into that. Are you in the movie, Annie? Are you in the background with a goat, walking a goat again or something? Okay. Hmm. Adlith, and if AI is trained off human info, is anything it produces just human in the end? We are always scared of what we don't understand just be the artist you want to be. If you want to sound like AI slop, this is your right. LOL from Amy. Ryan, my main thing is, since it's not from a person, it's not from the Spirit of God. Men wrote scripture under inspiration of the Holy Spirit, and David with the Psalms. Yeah. But are and then Adlith, but are all other non-AI Christian songs inspired by the Spirit? Some of them aren't. I'll be real, guys. Some of them are inspired by money. The deeper you dive into the Christian music industry and you start getting in on these writing sessions with some of the biggest writers, the biggest producers, some of the sessions are usually just, all right, guys, what do we think Karen wants to hear and what's going to fit the radio and make lots of money? What's a hit?
I was about to weigh into and ask how much of the A-list music on Christian radio, worship music you hear today, what percentage of that would you think is AI or not? That helped in the process?
We need some human slop police.
It's like, do we all just assume that everything we hear on Christian radio is human or not AI as far as the writing process?
Because I'll tell you guys, we know Maverick City Music has been known to release some songs with a good amount of AI production in them already. And there's some drama around that. So we know it, like, if that's happening there, it's probably happening more than you think. Annie, but Google could never create for you. The scary part of AI isn't the knowledge it possesses, it's the action that it's capable of. Oh, those were great, by the way. I watched. Okay, can show me the screen, please. Throw me the screen. Okay, so right here, guys. Adless latest post, crazy 10-episode series breaking down the history of CCM. I already went and binged 2 of his, and they are insane. So you're gonna just want to go. Yeah. This is your friend? Okay.
He's my friend.
We should bring him in. Yeah, we should bring him on for
Get him in here, Adlith.
Adlith.
Send him your link.
No, actually, because like we would love to have a call with him.
Get
talk
him
through
in.
this.
Yes.
1,000%. You want to DM him? Nice. Sweet. Oh, it's crazy. This one right here. Exactly. Yeah. Still is. Did you watch that post, that interview of Forrest Frank and him that I posted this week? Okay, that was the one. That was a new one. The one that I just posted was Corey and Frank talking about their whole little controversy situation. But then Corey was also, he was also getting into the fact that he was talking about the money that was generated, and his friends were like, dude, get ready for the checks. He's like, okay, whatever. And he's like, you'll be a millionaire within a year. SCCLI number 1. Yep. So there is this game of once you find stuff that starts to work, and then there's a formula. Well, now it's this game of like, okay, well, do you just keep doing that because it works and it creates lots of revenue and success, and like that's just the confines of the box that you stay within creatively. But then that also kind of perpetuates writing more stuff that sounds just like it, and yeah, there's a.
Dude, I wonder if that Jonathan guy is getting any threats. I would not be shocked. How far is the Christian music industry willing to go? That's what I want to know.
Stephen Furtick is after him.
Yeah, I thought there was, yeah.
Amy Grant. Well, she's got one there. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, he would be a
Oh, he'd have a
on
hoot.
in this group.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so much fun. Let's catch up on comments here. Annie, is watching this documentary gonna make me want to be a vegetarian? I'm scared.
I don't think they show how
I
to make
think-
chicken nuggets.
So I think that documentary is,
It's the hot dog documentary.
or it's the forks over knives is another good one.
I never heard that one.
It's a promoting vegetarianism.
Oh,
Don't worry, they won't show you how chicken nuggets are made in this one, because that will probably make you want to be a vegetarian. Maybe it's just informative as opposed to don't support CCLI or don't support mega churches. It's meant to help you have more wisdom about the industry and how it ended up where it is today. That right there, guys. None of the stuff that we do in this network is ever to incite fear or worry, whether it's around AI, whether it's around CCLI, or even victim mentality. Like, we have zero desire to promote that, because that's not helpful for anybody. That's just going to get you more stuck, and it kind of takes away your power, which takes away your opportunity to like use it to your advantage. But when you are aware of what's going on, well, guys, now you're kind of a threat, because now you know how to move, you know what to avoid, you know what to do. The more Joey and I keep learning about this music industry, it's like, yeah, some of it's a little depressing, not gonna lie, especially the higher up you go, even outside of Christian music. But it's not, knowledge is literally power when you can apply it, and the more that you can become aware of how the music industry works, like, the safer you're going to be. Like, how easy do you think it is for somebody to pull something over on me and Joey at this point? Like, we've had a bunch of stuff pulled over on us. on the business side of music in Christian music. We've learned our lessons. We know enough now. It's like, you're not gonna be able to make that happen. But an artist that isn't aware of any of this, guys, they get taken advantage of left and right, and that's why there's not much trust. It's a good topic. Well, when worship songs start to generate money for a collective, at what point does it stop becoming volunteer? Do people, that's a great question. Do people pay worship collective members once songs start blowing up? Well, let me ask you this. Are they given splits on the songs?
Are they part of a church collective?
Like, are the members of the collective actually getting royalty splits on the songs?
Are you talking like volunteer, like volunteers at a church and the church owns the collective and the collective blows up, but the volunteers are also part of the
Are
brand?
singing on the music, or that? Yeah, like what's going on there?
We want answers.
Hmm. Got you.
Well, the fact that it's affiliated with a church is like a whole different
ballgame.
Different, ball game. So like for Anthem Worship, it's totally like a privately owned collective between the two of us. Like
We're not a not-for-profit
like,
church.
and we're not a
Or a
church. We
business.
don't meet on Sundays. We don't have a church body. We don't collect tithes. Like there's this weird new world of like worship collective brands that belong on Spotify and they start going on tour when they start blowing up. And then there's also like the normal church volunteers that meet every week on Sunday. And a lot of times that like overlaps.
They're starting to.
And so that is where you churches should know enough about the music industry to understand how like basic splits work and songwriting cuts and publishing and then the CCLI and like just kind of like how that stuff should work. And once you're informed, like figuring out how that overlaps, what ends up happening is there's not enough knowledge on the like kind of the business side of it to where like now people's feelings get hurt and there's like bigger issues where volunteers, like there's not a clear set branding of like who's in the who gets to go on the road, who gets to sing on the songs, like who gets paid now. So that's a thing that you have to figure out.
Yeah. So we'll tell you what we do. Every song that we release, there's an artist on that song that we're highlighting that is getting a percentage of the master royalties. Right? So we're not necessarily just upfront paying people a bunch of money to be on stuff. Sometimes you can do that. Like if that's how people want to move and they want cash up front and it like, it's not as much of a guaranteed thing that the song is going to do well. Some people want to do that. Usually artists get percentages. And then, once the thing grows, everybody's winning together. If we were running a church, I would still want to be doing that. If we're writing songs, still make sure everybody in the room knows the publishing game and everybody is on the split sheet and has their publishing and songwriter royalties so that if the thing grows, now it's not, what do we quick pay everybody? It's like, no, everybody wins as the thing grows.
You can dice up the splits however you really want. I think it's the lack of communication that really gets people offended and will cause issues down the road. It's like you have a musician that shows up and tracks whatever in the studio and maybe they don't get paid. It's like a volunteer thing or like, but meanwhile the brand's like blowing up over here. It's like you have to kind of, especially with songwriting, most of the time, people at church don't know what a co-pub is or a full pub is or how the splits should be. And like nobody has anything set up for their songwriter royalties.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, for example, the church will probably by default, if they don't know anything about the music space with artist royalties and stuff based off the master, the church just takes 100% of it and doesn't even think about it. And then
that's the situation I think you might be addressing too many, where it's like if the church owns 100% and the thing starts to take off, then you kind of run into that situation of like, how do we start to pay people, or when? Is that what you're referencing? Okay. Okay. Well, let me say this. Maybe this adds some clarity. When we collaborate with an artist with Anthem Worship and Mass Anthem, the expectations of that collaboration are the artist is involved in the recording process, yes, but they're also going to be involved in the content process and committing to making music videos and making content consistently and showing up when we need them for more content and stuff like that, because they're incentivized from the agreement, the splits. So it's just agreed upon that this is how you get to win. Now, if we go tour, that's another thing, because that's a lot of new time required that isn't directly connected to the song on social media and streaming. So in those situations, then yeah, we're paying them to go out on tour and stuff like that. Now, again, we don't have a church, but it's like, man, if we do worship nights every Friday, does this mean once the worship collective starts growing, you suddenly have to start paying everybody to come to the worship nights? Is that now a tour, so to speak?
that's the giant gray area.
Yeah. Well, here's a benefit like so many of these larger churches have that we've heard is they put everybody on staff. You know, so like a lot of these larger churches, they put them on salaries on staff, and then, oh, by the way, you're going to be doing the worship collective stuff. And now they're always paid for what they're doing. But smaller churches, it's like, can you pull that off? You know, we can't pull that off right now because it's not our model at all. We don't have a church where we need them for other stuff that they can just do this too.
Annie was asking about like Chris Brown and Tiffany Hudson. I'm sure they pay them a salary and they get cuts.
Yeah,
on everything.
100%.
Yeah.
So their church tasks and everything that they have to do for the church probably then overlap with work they're doing for the worship collective, plus their writers
And then when they go on tour,
and master royalties and touring.
they
on top
probably
of that.
get payment for going on tour.
They might even get a portion of merch sales or something. Alex, you should make this a post in the community. This might be a really good topic to keep it going over there. No.
Are we
no,
supposed to?
No response. No, you should, because I have a problem. I have a problem where every time people drop links, I forget to click them, and then the call ends, and they're useless to me. They're gone into the ether. Yeah, I would assume that's what's happening for like Chris and Tiffany, for example.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that's helpful, MIDI, at all or not, but like it's going to depend on your church situation, the church success the budget that you have to, be paying people, or if everybody is just a volunteer. And, if everybody's volunteers, you're just in a weird spot where they still might be getting their master royalties and publishing royalties, but there still might be some work that they're not compensated for because the church can't make it happen based on where everything is at. It's like, I don't really have any wisdom to offer around how to transition in and out of that, because we haven't had to experience that.
I've seen it in other churches, but I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you have to figure out how to not have division within your own music, because what ends up happening is like now you have like the cool kids that are in the collective, and then you have the rest of the people volunteering and grinding for 6 or 7 hours every Sunday morning who are not a part of the fun club, and now you have division. So you just have to figure out and use discernment to figure out what is the best thing for your church. It seems like the easiest fix for like your worship leaders, like for example, the Tiffany Hudson and Chris Brown example, like you bring them in on staff for the church, but then they also get songwriter cuts and master cuts or whatever, however you want to do that. It seems like that is the cleanest approach for instrumentalists, for like band members.
That's where it gets
It
tough.
depends on how much money you have to throw around, but at the end of the day, like if you guys are just getting started, like instrumentalists would have a blast just coming in and getting to record on their own church's music.
Is it for the production recording, or just like the worship?
For the production recording?
Because what if you're recording the worship nights?
Yeah, it really depends. That's the gray area too. I think the biggest thing is like people start to get their own egos, or where they're like, oh, I want to be in the band photos. I want to be a part of the worship night. I want to be, but they're sidelined because they're part of the volunteer. Like, who do you bring in from the volunteers up until
A-team, B-team? Yeah.
That's where the issue happens, what I've seen.
Yeah. 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 A lot of times the bands that don't figure this out early on and then they hit end up splitting up.
Or splitting off from the church
Yeah.
somehow. And it's ugly. But
Yeah. Communication at this point is probably the most important thing. Even just having the conversation of like, we don't know what the right move is right now,
Even
but we're
if it's-
trying to figure it out.
even it's
you know?
not like the quote unquote industry standard deal with your people. At
Exactly.
least the fact that whatever the deal is communicated and it's in writing, people can go off of that.
Yeah.
So
That's better. That is absolutely
that's
better than just ignoring it.
Yeah, not having conflict or whatever.
And then
we don't view any of this as conflict, by the way. Like putting a contract in front of somebody is not conflict. That's actually it's a loving way of like maintaining
protecting the relationship. Yeah.
so that everybody knows what's going on.
The church, everybody just ignores it, and then one day the worship pastor pulls up in a Mercedes Corvette or like a sports car. What? When? Oh yeah, streaming started to hit, guys. That's what you want to try to avoid.
Yeah.
Joel Osteen, what are you doing in the parking lot? Yeah. And he said, have you guys started seeking out church worship collectives to mentor? Yes. In fact, we just had a church today fill out the form. We had to go look at that.
Yeah.
We're still ironing out a few things because it's going to be a lot of work for that specific program. But
There is a forum. It's called the Worship Collective Accelerator.
yep. If you Mitty, if you go to the anthemco.com, it is under hired services right here, Worship Collective Accelerator. That is something that we have decided to launch and are in the process of launching. It's early on yet, but it's something that we're essentially making available only to about 10 churches, where we are hands-on going to be helping them grow and scale their worship collectives, just because we've dialed this in over the past few years, and we've got a really good formula now. And you'd be amazed how many big churches have no idea what to do when it comes to this stuff. But they can do their church thing phenomenally well. This is just, it's a different animal.
It's a different, two worlds colliding.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that whole, when we were coming up with the accelerator,
What?
just like the division part of if you don't build it right at the beginning.
It falls apart when it takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that either, actually.
Because
Good pain point.
if it doesn't have a good foundation, then something could go down later.
You built it on shifting sand. Well, we might be due for a new topic here. Does anybody?
Ice cream?
Ice cream.
go
Okay,
get
so
ice
we're gonna
cream.
end the call. We're gonna go get some ice cream, guys. This Trace knows now. Trace knows. Yes, sir. He was here last week, so we took him for ice cream. Also, he brought me a gift. I brought this up earlier, but he kindly gifted me this very high quality,
Very
expensive
expensive
knife.
We found out.
And he did it in such a strange way. I've never had somebody pretend to accidentally leave a knife in a pair of pants that they borrowed of mine and then let me wash it, and then that's how I received the gift. I'm like, how cool is that? A $200 knife. And he let me discover it in such a fun way, so I was just thanking him for the
It's like the tooth fairy.
So now I'm just letting everybody borrow all my clothes from here on out. I'm like, dude,
You never know
they
what you're going to
return
find.
it with gifts. This is awesome. Yeah.
An iPod.
The bar has yeah. The bar has been set so high now for future guests because I'm expecting hidden gifts somewhere. Yes. Jared Humphers, I've noticed there was no knife left from our visit. I can't find the knife. Is it in the cabinet? Timmy, y'all gonna go to Andy's and not invite me? Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Trace really dropped the ball on this one, Timmy. Oh, I'm so glad we can just pass this off on Trace. Yeah. Well, you should.
Medi had a follow-up comment. It's beyond what Timmy said.
Oh, what's a good
I can't
method
see it.
to go about hiring virtual assistants for things like social media, editing, admin work for artists? Great
You should
question.
just hit up Timmy.
Where are you located, Medi? Where are you at? Okay. Cool. One way that we'd recommend is always making a network post. Typically, if somebody knows somebody, we'll tag them and we'll just get a conversation started in there if you're looking for specific people. We've heard of people using Fiverr. We've personally never used Fiverr for anything. We tend to like to have somebody like in around us or near us or in person that we kind of have a relationship built with. That's what we've leaned into. Oh, cool. Shout out to Adla too. She said she's going to the Dallas Sacred House retreat that Timmy recommended last week. Good connect. Guys, this is why it's so great to be into this network. Yeah, there you go. There you go. She's making it back. Yeah, let me ask you. Well, I was going to ask you for a follow-up on that, Mehdi. Like, so what are you specifically looking for help on right now? Besides a babysitter. Can you get those on Fiverr? Do those work? I don't think those. Don't get the babysitter on Fiverr. Just set up an iPad. All right. Don't you dare tip the iPad over. Okay. So the team is you.
I'm him, bro.
Yeah.
Well, for us, it was our own personal network, I would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think my one tip that I've experienced with our team is hiring specific roles. Like, don't hire a one person fits all tasks and everything. Like, give them like very clear direction. So if you're like, hey, I need like a social media manager to like really write that out and be like, I want you to like, if it's somebody in person, great. Like they can help you capture the content, but there's usually like a 2-step process. It's like somebody has to envision the content and capture the content. And then there's usually a handoff, like editing and posting and managing a content calendar. Like that's a whole other side of it. Mm-hmm. So typically what I recommend for a lot of artists that are first starting out, like you're still trying to figure out your own branding and everything anyway. Like I would handle the execution of like capturing the content and really being hands-on with that side of it. But like the stuff that you could pretty much immediately hand off is the posting and maybe even the content calendars, like the stuff that's the less creative things that somebody else can hop in and do on your behalf. That'll give you a little bit more creative freedom.
In the Artist Basics course, we added something in the Music Business Basics, how to build your team. I would recommend you go through that if you haven't yet. We were just starting to explain how we think about building a team around us, in what order we think about doing things. You know, I think we even get into like rates and like what we're thinking about rates and how to do it. But one of the nuggets in here is we won't hire somebody for something until we've done it long enough to know it inside and out ourselves and how to do it ourselves. And now it's just a time constraint. Like we literally can't do this as well as we should be unless we hand it off to somebody. So
Basically, you want to know enough to be dangerous about the process.
because if you don't do that,
You can't communicate what you want.
no, you can't do that. You're fully dependent on whatever they do. They're the expert now, and you do what you go with whatever happens, good results or bad results. You might pay way more for something that you think is way more difficult than what it actually is. If you actually learn to do it yourself, and you're like, oh no, this is actually easier. I just don't have the bandwidth, but I can literally train somebody to do it. Because that's the other valuable thing too, is Joey and I have been really good at learning skills by just jumping into the deep end, learning to do the thing well enough that we can do it consistently for a while. And then we're like, okay, we don't have time for this anymore, but we can. We got a new network member, everybody. How about that? I don't know if they can see it pop
Shout
up
out
on
to
the screen or
Brenda.
not.
Brenda just
Everybody
joined.
welcome Brenda. But we've been
She's not even in here. Maybe she'll join.
But that's the thing. We've been good at. No Brenda on the call? No. Okay, she's not here yet. That would have been a record speed for her to jump on the call. We've been really good at learning a thing and then going and training somebody who isn't even necessarily skilled at that thing yet. Thus, we can actually get really affordable help because we're kind of training them in the process. And we're not going and hiring somebody that does this full time and they're like necessarily known for that thing. But we can still train somebody to get really good at that thing and kind of like build a team more affordably that way.
This is actually good for everybody. Is everybody familiar with hiring top down versus bottom up?
Yes or no in the chats?
You guys know what that means?
This isn't a tall or short thing either. This isn't a height related. Yes, Annie, we get a ka-ching every time somebody joins.
Isn't
and
that
it's my
great?
favorite sound in the world. It brings me such joy.
Yeah.
Somebody got annoyed of our Facebook ads enough that
Trace
they
is
finally just joined.
all we are is dollar signs to the
No, Trace. Also little prizes and treasures like knives.
That's why you're here.
Yes. He's like, man, I want
Adlib,
my.
she doesn't want to see our ads anymore.
I know. I know, guys. We know there is a way to do it where we can technically upload emails into the ads to omit them, but that's not even guaranteed to help because if your social medias have different emails than what your email is on the network, you're still gonna get hit with them on different platforms like Instagram, Facebook. So
We want you to keep thinking about us.
we just
That's all.
we're still here.
Yeah. So the difference between hiring top down versus bottom up. So top down is going to cost you a lot more. Basically what this means is like you hire an expert person in that field, like an executive admin or something, or a head of operations or something. And they have so much experience at that point to where, and they have their own network of people. That's why they're so valuable, to where they could just hire the rest of the people below them. So they know exactly how the team should look. And so in that case, you just hire one person for a lot of money and then they just run the whole thing and they hire the rest of the people.
That's the path of least resistance, the least amount of issues, because you hire a baller that just knows everything to do.
Yep. They know how to hire people. They know how to sell. Like they have all the skills and experience. Hiring bottom up will be way cheaper, but it'll cost you more of your time and attention to train and make sure that they're doing their job right. So up until this point for the Anthem Co, we've been hiring bottom up,
The entire existence of our company.
where we are the experts in that particular subject, and then we distill it down to train somebody else below us. So what we're getting better at, and as we get more revenue from all the different revenue streams, is hiring people who are smarter and better than us in certain areas. So that actually will grow everything faster and be less of a headache overall.
Here's a great example. Not really us necessarily hiring someone, but making a publishing administration or administrative partnership with a company to handle all the publishing for our record label and our artists. And we went and hired somebody that, shout out to We Rock, but Holly is a baller. Like, she's phenomenal at what she does. That is an example of a top-down hire. She knows infinitely more than us. We frequently hit her up for questions and are shooting her texts and emails trying to figure out how things work because she knows it like the back of her hand. Like, that's been her career. As opposed to hiring somebody right out of college who wants to go into publishing admin but hasn't built the experience yet. And you might know more than them, and you have to teach them how stuff works. Two different paths. You're going to spend different amounts of money, and there's going to be a lot of different needs that you're going to have to solve for them in the process.
You get what you paid for.
And there you go. You'll get what you pay for. So, but again, it's totally dependent on your finances and what you can afford to do, because we refuse to also start a business model that loses money. We don't do that because you don't stay in business very long.
And this is why we encourage you to get better at your skills. Keep gathering skills, because it's the only thing that you literally cannot lose until you die. It's kind of morbid, but you can lose all your possessions.
Dementia might
get all of your
dementia. Take care of your
That's
skills.
terrible. That's
Wouldn't it?
not even funny.
That would literally take care of your skills before you.
Well, at
before
that
you
point,
die.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
your skills are everything. So you want to know enough to be dangerous, but the other thing is you have to know when to let go of a certain task, because it will be preventing you from hitting the next level.
yeah.
That is when you need to bring somebody else in.
You're getting into your time freedom framework.
It's a great course. You guys should check it out.
Check it out in the Artist Basics. Geo, hit me with the screen. Time freedom framework in the music organization
Time
basics.
is money. Time is more important than money.
Those are really, really good courses that get around that and hiring things that you shouldn't be doing anymore. Hey, shout out to Ashley and Adlith. Gonna go get coffee when she's in Dallas. The network, bringing people together.
The network girlies, man. Meeting up.
Was that helpful at all, Mitty, around the whole concept of what do you think would be the priority out of those three things that you listed? Yeah.
Who's doing it right now? Who's handling all that? Is it you? Okay.
His team his team captain is handling that. Also him.
Also him. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks back at me from the mirror and says, "It's you."
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is, and I would say that's one thing as Anthem Worship that we envy, is you guys are a church and you have a venue and you have a bunch of musicians and you probably have equipment to record video, and
Dude,
you probably have unlimited opportunities to
For content.
capture moments and content and all of that. And that's what we recommend for any artist. Like, try to capture stuff that you're already doing with your music or your life or whatever. For individual artists, more lifestyle stuff. But
That's why we
for
look
churches, it's like you guys are meeting every weekend, and you probably can do possibly other things during the week for more specifically like content related stuff.
Yeah,
But
100%.
try to capture as much as you can.
And that's our goal personally, is to get a headquarters in the not too distant future so that we can actually start to have worship nights consistently every week or every 2 weeks, whatever, and actually record live content, because we look at so many of these churches that we're talking to that need help and everything. We're like, guys, you have such an advantage here to grow a worship collective. You already have unlimited content. Now we just have to learn how to capture it and build systems and processes and strategies and put it all together. But you already have all the pieces. But then you're right, like especially if you're not in the spot where you have a team built up, that's the kicker. Because now you're like, okay, so I technically have a lot of opportunities. I'm just the one doing it all. But yeah, bringing on a social media admin would be huge. We typically wouldn't level up to hiring people until streaming royalties and revenues and stuff justified it, and we were able to use that to then hire the next thing.
But they're in a different situation too.
But yeah,
they're
you're
a
in,
church
yeah.
versus
So you might have more funding capability.
yeah, versus like an individual. We consider
Yeah.
ourselves individuals. Like, we always had to bootstrap everything.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's a great question. Yeah, apart from that, I'm trying to think of what other admin tasks. Like you as the owner running this thing, like you should definitely handle distribution, and like there's things that are important that you should not pass off because they can't be messed up. So it's like it's stuff like that, like distribution, the accounting, the finances. If you're overseeing that, maybe somebody else at the church oversees that. But like for us, there's very specific things that we will not hand off because they carry way too much importance. And then the other stuff we will pass off and hire. Yeah.
I would say look at all of your tasks. Like what we do is we kind of have our own like internal rating system, like levels of like, this is a level 10 task versus like a level 3 task. And the way that we measure that is by risk. It's like if somebody was paying out all of our producers for like a giant project that we did that was like 30 grand, we want somebody to make sure they get that right. Like, we don't want somebody adding an extra zero who's not detail oriented. That's
because
a level
they weren't
10.
in the text thread that talked
That's
about
like a level,
the payment.
or
Yeah.
like contracts, like wording the contracts correctly, making sure everything's done. Like, that's a high level task versus like posting something on social media and something is misspelled. That's like a level 2 task. That's like, you can fix that immediately.
Yeah.
Versus uploading something to distribution and you find out 3 months later, or with like the Amazon music thing, your whole catalog gets transferred over, but you forgot to tell Amazon.
Everybody give a round of applause for Anjin Arlene joining the network. I don't think we've ever had a call where
We had people joining.
people are joining and it's dinging.
Anyway,
No, I like to hear it though.
that's what I would do. I would map out all of your tasks that you currently do related to the collective and then figure out what's a high level task versus a low level task based on risk.
Yeah.
And a lot of times social media becomes kind of a low level task versus the other things that might take months to remedy or unravel versus just posting to the wrong account or a misspelling somewhere.
So for another example here, like distribution, music distribution, Well, with us, we do a lot of collaborations. So Anthem Worship featuring or collaborating with another artist, collaborating with Mass Anthem, maybe featuring a few artists. If you spell one of those names wrong, off by one letter, it goes and starts a brand new profile on all the platforms for them. That's a problem. That's like, and then you have to unwind that for months of back and forth trying to resolve it with these platforms. That's a high level task where it's like, we're going to take care of that because we've been doing this for years. We know how it works. You know, we, like Joey said, like we obviously are capable of logging into all of our social medias every day and uploading a video and copy pasting a caption. And if something's wrong with that, we can remedy it in the snap of a finger, right? So like that one's easy to pass off. Contracts, writing contracts, setting up deals, getting in the right people, like branding decisions as a whole, moves, like that's stuff that we're never necessarily going to pass off because it's us. This is what we are really good at, and they're high value tasks that just can't be done incorrectly.
Yeah, even like vision related stuff, like we're gonna drop
going and getting glasses and contacts. And
sure.
Those types of vision related things.
We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving. Thank you for derailing.
Eye
that.
examinations. Yeah.
Yes.
What do we have here? Adlith. Do you guys ever touch on personal releases?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. What do you
Well,
mean?
she said, like, I don't want to be all annoying in talking about myself or my music, but like a girl could use some advice and ideas. You talking like music release strategies, stuff like that, or? Yeah, we do those literally all the time. Most calls, actually. Yep. Most, pretty much every call almost. Because the
Next
guys,
week, Adler gets a hot seat.
Yeah. We might reserve that one for next week since it's getting close to the end here. But that's the whole point of these Q&A calls, guys, is you can hop on and ask us questions literally with whatever you're working through, whether it's releasing new music or branding or marketing or trying to hire people or literally anything and everything. And you can also make a community post. That's always a good thing to do during the week if you don't want to wait an entire week. This was a good call. We got into a lot of good topics here, guys. Any following or ending second half topics, Annie, that you need to get off your chest? I know you had one
Any jokes?
last week that you wanted to hold off on so that you had something. She just keeps pushing it further off into the future. I don't even think it exists. October 7. Join us.
Look at the details. Go to the calendar tab in school and go to October 7. All the details are there.
Go check it out. Any other big, exciting shares for the network before we hop off? Reminder, guys, if you are getting value out of this and you're looking at the next premium tier of the network and you're like, oh, it's $33 a month, $300 a year, but you get access to all the courses, all the information. There's insane value in it, but you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to pay that much money. You can invite a friend with your referral affiliate link, and you can make 40% of whatever they're paying for their subscription. We've set it up like this so that all of you as artists and members in the network, you can win financially. We have members here that are here for free or are being paid to be in the network because they got tons of value and then they knew that one of their friends needed this information, so they invited them with their affiliate link, and then they just won and they won and we win because everybody's here. And then you can get all this stuff very affordably. So, something to think about. Invite lots of friends. It'll get very affordable for you. Apart from that, I think we will call it there, gang.
Also, if you guys didn't know this, school released what is basically their version of Yelp reviews. If you have not found out
good
about
share.
this, please
Yeah.
go to our About page if you got any value out of this.
Bam.
And go,
Right.
please leave a fun, creative 5-star review if possible.
Well,
I can't make you.
I clicked it.
My favorite right now is Alex's.
Okay.
You show everybody Alex's.
We're gonna read through Alex's review.
I'm gonna be honest. If you guys are all creatives, you can write a really fun, creative review if you want.
I recently got a flat tire on my way to volunteer at the local homeless shelter. I had no idea what to do. I quickly pulled out my phone and opened school to find that Jason and Joey were live doing a Q&A. They both calmed me down and coached me through the tire change with ease. I couldn't believe it. 2 class act gentlemen giving what they know back to the people. This is an easy 5-star review for me. Big Al. Boy.
There you go.
I mean,
somebody has to mention that one. Please make it funny and random. I love reading them.
Give us a little relevant value though, just so that if somebody finds our group, they see it, like, okay, it's helpful, and then you can get into some of that stuff. Alex, we'll let you slide though. We appreciate this one. We'll let you keep that one. But yeah, those reviews, guys, are super helpful. If you could take time to do that, they basically in the next month, school is going to be showcasing reviews a lot. Right now, they're kind of hidden to the public, but once they flip that switch, when somebody goes to look at our group, they're going to immediately see all the reviews, and that again, that helps with the helps us hit our goal of getting 1,000 members or 10,000 members in this community. There you have it, gang. Hope you got value out of this. More value than the time you took to hang out with us. We'll be back next week.
Thanks, y'all.
Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. See you then. Make a community post if you need some help. Adios.
Adios. Ciao, ciao.
Hit the music. They can never hear this, though, can they? It's finally coming through.
Wait, how?
Oh, that's so exciting.